present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Five score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My four little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children be able to sing with new meaning, my country tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrims cry. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghanies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring within Africa. When we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Gentiles, Protestants, and Catholics will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free.
Martin Luther King Jr. I Have a Dream speech is one of the most iconic speeches in history. It was more than just words, it was a defining moment in the American civil rights movement. But to truly appreciate its power, we must first understand the world in which it was spoken. The reality of the time they lived. In 1963, the United States was deeply segregated. Jim Crow laws legally enforced racial discrimination, and Black Americans faced systemic oppression in almost every aspect of life. Schools, public transportation, restaurants, and even restrooms were segregated. Voting was nearly impossible for many African Americans due to discriminatory laws and intimidation. The March on Washington, where King delivered his speech, was a demonstration for jobs and freedom, a response to decades of injustice. Lynchings and violent attacks on black communities were still happening. Just weeks after this speech, a church bombing in Birmingham, Alabama, killed for little black girls. The tension was at an all-time high, and King's speech was a beacon of hope amidst the darkness. The importance of the speech. Why did I Have a Dream resonate so deeply? 1. Emotional power. King's masterful oratory blended passion with poetic language. The repetition of I Have a Dream built a rhythm that captivated the crowd and left a lasting impression. 2. Historical references. He quoted the U.S. Declaration of Independence, the Emancipation Proclamation, and even the Bible to remind America of its own promises of equality. 3. Universal appeal. King didn't just speak for Black Americans, he spoke for all people who believed in justice and human dignity. 4. Call to action. His words were not just about hope, but also a challenge to America to rise above racism and fulfill its ideals. Breaking down key moments. Let's break down some of the most powerful lines. 1. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. This was a direct challenge to America's hypocrisy. The ideals of the nation contradicted the reality of racism. 2. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin but by the content of their character. This remains one of the most quoted lines, representing the dream of a future where race does not determine one's opportunities. 3. Let freedom ring. He mentions different states, emphasizing that justice should be for everyone, everywhere, not just in certain regions. The lasting impact. King's speech wasn't just a moment in history, it shaped the future. It helped push forward the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which outlawed discrimination. It inspired movements worldwide, proving the power of words in fighting for justice. Even today, his dream remains a goal that people continue to fight for. A modern perspective. Although great progress has been made, racial injustice still exists. The fight for equal rights continues in various forms, from voting rights to economic inequality and police brutality. King's speech remains relevant, reminding us that dreams alone are not enough, action must follow. Conclusion. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech was more than an oration, it was a prophecy, a challenge, and a vision for a better world. His words still echo today, urging us to continue the fight for justice. What do you think about his speech's impact today? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historical insights.